Austin HR will celebrate its 5th year. This year, July 1st, will be our 5-year anniversary. David Hewen, who's my business partner, has been a consultant in the Austin area for many years, and I have been a consultant and an HR practicing professional in Austin and Central Texas for many, many years. So we had clients and we had contacts and people we already had been doing business for many, many years. Then we pulled our resources together, as I shared, and after 5 years, we are at a place that we've got a great clientele. Some of them use us once a year. Sometimes we don't hear from them for 2 or 3 years, and then many of them use us ongoing. TAB came into play for me through a colleague that we know, and he started telling me about what he did with TAB, and he was a facilitator for the group, and I got intrigued by what he shared and how he did it and what he did and the types of members that were members of TAB. And so I reached out and said, tell me more about this. I've been in networking groups, I've been part of other types of, I don't want to say boards, but synergistic roundtables, so to speak. So I was super intrigued, and I met with the TAB team and Joe Zinti locally here, who kind of gave me the inside scoop, and I took the plunge and joined TAB. We are about 1.5 years into our board. It was a new board, so we're all new together, except for some new members that have started since then. And it's been pretty amazing. I think the coolest thing about it for me, and I'll use coolest, is everyone that's on the board. I mean, we all start off as entrepreneurs. It's a group of entrepreneurs, and an entrepreneur has an idea, and you take off and you start a company, and you wake up and you look around and say, oh my gosh, I didn't expect to have people issues or financial issues or marketing issues. I just had this great idea. It was a product or a service or whatever it is, but now all this other stuff that's coming into play that I didn't count on, what am I going to do about it? I think what TAB has helped me with personally is I get to hear other stories from other leaders. These are CEOs, business owners themselves. They're all people. We're in the people business, so I know this space. But they're all people with challenges and issues. And when these issues come up, they've had to either deal with them or they bring them to the board new to us, but many of them have already been through something that we may be facing for the first time. Vulnerable is a really big word in our group, and I think it's a big word in TAB. You have to be willing to be vulnerable and talk about things that you may not feel comfortable about. You know, we're ego-driven entrepreneurs, and what problems would we have? And so this is a group of people where you have a safe place to talk of, okay, this happened, or I made this mistake, or have you guys ever faced this type of challenge, and what would you do? And most of the time, you're gonna hear some raw answer where someone said, okay, I did that, it was a catastrophe. Let me tell you what I learned from it. And I think that's what's been really, really insightful. I think what TAB has helped me with is getting focused on my goals. It was a lot of them, and you know, you can't accomplish everything at once. And so putting them in an order that was prioritizing and achievable. So staying focused, it would be a nice way of saying what I've been able to accomplish from that perspective. My goals have to also be in line with my business partner, and you know, my membership in TAB is a little different than some of the fellow colleagues because I'm actually in a partnership. And so how does that work? So, you know, I get input from my board, but I also have to make sure that the guidance I'm given, if I'm going to act on it, works with my business partner too. So, you know, our goals have to be similarly aligned, maybe not necessarily personally. We each have our own personal goals, but for the business, we need to stay focused on where we're going. What's helped us from Austin HR perspective is we are in the people business. We're an HR consulting company, and similar to the cobbler and his shoes and not taking care of his own back of the house, we have people issues just like any other company does. And we have growth struggles and marketing challenges, and I'll go back to people issues, even with fabulous, phenomenal talent, because outside lives bleed into the workplace. So what we've had to really get good at is what is it that we do and how is it we do it, and then after what it is we do and how we do it, how are we going to process out that in detail and then share that with our clients. So I'm able to run ideas by tab from here's a service line that we offer and here's how we pitch it or here's how we processized it. Does it make sense to you guys?